Kanye and Drake have been beefing for several years, but it seems like their feud has reached its peak. In today's video, we will be covering the recent back and forth events between Kanye and Drake. Now, before we get into what's currently happening between Drake and Kanye, we'll quickly try to explain what got the feud to where it is today. The two have always thrown jabs at each other, but it was nothing too serious that would keep the two mad at each other, and in 2018, Drake would fly down to Wyoming to help Kanye with his album Ye. Now this is where the beef between the two started, with Drake saying on LeBron's talk show that Kanye made him reveal the release date of his album Scorpion.
But in order to do that, you've got to be transparent with me, and you've got to play me your music, and you've got to tell me when you're dropping, and I know you don't like to do things like that.
Drake announced in April that his album Scorpion would be released in June, and a few days later, Kanye also announced that he and several of his good music artists were also dropping their albums in June. In May, Pusha T, who is also a part of Good Music, dissed Drake on his Daytona album, which was produced by Kanye himself. In response, Drake released his diss track, Duppy Freestyle, to which he threw shots at both Pusha T and Kanye. In response, Pusha T released another diss track and revealed to everyone that Drake birthed a kid and was hiding it from the world.
Let me keep with the facts. You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. Deadbeat motherfucker playing border patrol. Ooh, Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run.
Well, this made Drake furious, and he claimed that Kanye was the one who told Pusha about his child, since Drake told Kanye he had a kid while they were working together in Wyoming.
By the way, I'm in Wyoming. I play him March 14th. I send him a picture of my son.
Oh my God.
I tell him I'm having trouble with my son's mother. We had a conversation. I shared my...
Kanye claimed he never told Pusha about his kid and apologized to him on Twitter about dropping his albums the same month Drake planned to drop Scorpion. This wouldn't stop Drake, though, from subliminally dissing Kanye in several tracks throughout the years, with Kanye responding to a diss on Travis Scott's Sicko Mode track with a huge Twitter rant. Kanye had said in his tweets that Drake had threatened him, and that if he or his family were to get hurt by someone, Drake would be the first suspect. The beef seemed to simmer down, with Kanye finally approving a sampled track that Drake tried to put out with his So Far Gone mixtape that he was re-releasing to streaming platforms. Before moving out to Wyoming, Kanye left his phone number at Drake's house as a way of trying to bury the hatchet, and there was no major news since then. Fast forward to 2021, and Drake makes news for attacking Kanye again, but this time he skipped the subliminals and dissed him by name on his track Wants and Needs, which came out in March.
Yeah, I probably should go live with Yeezy. I need me some Jesus. But soon as I started confessing my sins, he wouldn't believe us.
Kanye didn't respond to the diss, and fast forward to the end of July, he announced his Donda album and would live stream his listening party on July 22nd, which would have been the night before his release. When fans waited till midnight for the album to hit streaming services, it was nowhere to be found, and the next day it was announced that Kanye would be pushing back the release date of Donda to add finishing touches. Now this is important to note, as it was rumored that Drake's long-awaited Certified Lover Boy was being mixed and set to release in August. Kanye had a second album listening party on August 5th, with the album sounding a lot more finished and having a plethora of featured rappers. Fans were hopeful of a release, but Kanye decided to torture his fans by once again not releasing the album. Many people jokingly said that Kanye was trying to push back Drake's album and release Donda the same day as Certified Lover Boy, which seemed unrealistic, but turned out this is the case. Many rumors and trusted sources said Kanye was once again waiting for Drake's album release date so he could push out his Donda drop. Drake decided to respond to this news by dropping another diss on Kanye in Trippie Redd's track Betrayal, saying that Kanye isn't changing Drake's album plans and that he's too old to be beefing with Drake. over the edge, and he posted a screenshot on Instagram of a group of chat filled with rappers including Drake. In the screenshot, he added Pusha T to the group chat and responded to Drake by sending a picture of the Joker and told him that he has been messed with by nerd-ass jocks like Drake his whole life and promised him he will never recover from this. The day after the hilarious response, Kanye posted again on Instagram with the address of Drake's mansion in Canada, which was then quickly deleted. Now, Drake seemingly responded to Kanye by posting a video of him chuckling on his Instagram story as he drove his car with the top down. Before the beef was reignited, it was reported that Kanye and Drake were going to try and make amends with each other, and Travis Scott would be the negotiator between the two since he's close with both rappers. When the two went to meet up, Drake stood Kanye up on 3 separate occasions. The source said that Kanye was asking Drake when his album was dropping, which threw him off and might have been the reason why he stood Kanye up. It was also said that the two exchanged voice memos back and forth and that Kanye is holding them over Drake's head. Now, at the time of this recording, Kanye just finished his 3rd Donda listening party and did not drop the album. So it seems that Drake and Kanye will most likely be trying to drop their albums at the same time. The Drake and Kanye beef will most likely start back up once the two have their albums competing for #1 spot, but for now, the two are just throwing shade at each other. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and consider subscribing for more rap-related content.